What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to me.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully complete.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that?
Hey!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible. I'm put.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey!
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my...
people over there. Are you two the Traveler and Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know
Oh, and just how do you know that?
because we found evidence that proved
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well?
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must... Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are...
Hold on. The water and the tea...
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss...
Huh? I don't...
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem inside...
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was...
you made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential...
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the...
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness.
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got...
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the...
I must say, we've... Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say...
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to...
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the truth.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we seek...
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at...
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential?
An emergency
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan,
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely... But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly... Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today.
Yeah, yes.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please... Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Oh, Paimon's super full.
If it's on my tea table, it must be...
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to...
Paimon's coming too!
The tea... Why...
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, you are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any prep?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her...
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, it's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydrognosis is not currently held. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all.
Who are you? And what are—
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Fossilor. I suspect, not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that there's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true— I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic— Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and— Oh, and I have an addition—
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse— The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible— You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the—
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Neuvillette or Farina— Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize— Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to this. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly.
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial— So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's tried— Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history, and now another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
Huh? Why is it
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sub...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret.
Right, of course. Well, there's still something...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to... Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragons.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the problem.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon went. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
This is great. I feel so relaxed all over. I could almost float away.
You guys are back.
You guys didn't get caught and thrown...
Huh?
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details.
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something like that. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto. Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about...
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first...
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching.
Traveler, Paimon, are you still doing all right? We're fine, but what about you guys? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of... Oh, of course, we must... How did Nervalet know? Miss sure Nervalet has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just... If you're not too pressed for time, just let me know if you get a craving. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles.
Courier?
Yeah, I was...
That's no excuse for...
Courier! Lurvine! We're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here,
And you!
Yep. That is still top secret.
It can be a bit annoying.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh, yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs...
Not at all!
Now guess, what suit will this next...
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from it, eh?
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the...
Whoa, how did you...
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life...
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the...
You meant father?
She said a few things that were... a bit...
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That you should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which...
Father is very capable, and
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should...
Hey!
are you going to stay here for the next few...
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon would...
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up. Well, next time.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see 2 inmates come back after—
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still—
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super—
Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took—
Were the gifts milkshake?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick.
Those aren't even—
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty Oh, and I have some gifts here for—
Are these from
Nope, they're from— You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however.
For real? Then we can stay here for a really long—
You may access the cafeteria. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! It's like we've now gone to so many places together. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just 2 people, but you're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well! Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Every journey has its final.
It's been a while since we last saw Nervalet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's... Huh?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke. Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just...
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs...
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a...
Huh, you've got a point. By the way...
I believe...
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Yep. It's you two. Are you the... That's right! Today is our last day in prison. But, no? Oh, yeah, Paimon... Then be sure to come back and visit.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries.
Ah, so you do have...
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Mirapede is finished. That's the end of another chapter, and we should probably go report to him now. You're going to see Monsieur Nervalet?
I'm sure just your regards will do. You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
We once thought the Fortress of Mirapede would be super scary. You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with... Oh, you mean Risley? Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty... Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get... Yeah, he must be doing something...
Excuse me, did I hear someone there?
Huh?
Excuse me, is someone...
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But...
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you.
You're inside the box? Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that's...
No, it was nothing quite...
Just your pet? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry. You just need your hat, right?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but it's a soft and brown hat I think I probably lost it near the entrance. It's really important.